Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a 2021 reading for Virgo. This is for the whole year, and it's just to give some idea as to what your love life might look like throughout all of 2021. I will be doing you, Virgo, them, and then together, cards together. I will start by shuffling some wisdom of the oracle and get one card, one for each of you, to see what the overall theme might be for you for the whole year. Okay. So let's go ahead and get one card for each of you. This is a love reading. I don't know if I mentioned that, so it will be focused on love. Virgo, let's see where we are. All right, so regeneration, starting over, recreating yourself, and the other person is truth be told. I am going to go ahead and read just a tiny little bit of the book because I read tarot. All oracles are different, so they're not all the same. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Okay, so that's going to be the focus of the oracle for you, Virgo. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived and more authentic. And your person is number 14. So they have truth be told, honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. So it's about being truthful, and engaging in open, heartfelt conversations. Okay. All right, Virgo. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the tarot. I'm going to shuffle some cards for you, and then for them, and then for the both of you. All right, so let's start. I will pull 6 cards. This is for Virgo. So this is about renewing your energy, renewing yourself, coming out better than ever, starting over. Excuse me. It could also be what you thought was over is really technically not over. Bit of a blocked energy there, Virgo. Let's get a couple more shuffles in there, good ones, to clear the energy for Sagittarius, which is the one I just did. Let's do one more and make sure it's all clear and ready. Okay, Virgo. Okay, let's cut the cards and get your reading started. Love for Virgo for 2021. The Hermit. Oh, this is you. You came out in your reading. Okay. The Moon. 2 major arcana so far. Page of Swords. You've got the 9 of Wands. 2 of Wands. And Hierophant. All right. You have 3 major arcana cards here, which means there's some major themes going on here for 2021 for you. There's a lot of, I think, self-discovery and I think entering into new phases as well. You do have the Hermit card, and the Hermit card is about introspection, going into yourself, trying to figure out things that you're looking for, things that you want, illuminating your path. And you also have the Moon next to it. So there is, I think that this is going to be a year of self-discovery. And I feel that, you know, with this whole pandemic, you've had a lot of time to think and a lot of time to self-reflect. I really feel that, you know, this coming year, you will be starting the year off in somewhat of a hermit mode. But I think that, pretty early on in the year, there are some things that are going to be just coming out. And you're going to discover things about yourself that you've had a whole year to think about, 2020. The Hermit card to a lot of people looks like it seems like a person that's depressed. It is not about that. It's about finding the truth about yourself and finding the path. And he has a lantern and he's trying to illuminate his path. It's just about taking time to be alone and taking time to really deeply think about what you want and finding a direction as well. The Hermit is not in his cave, depressed, crying, not wanting to do things. He's really reflecting, and he actually is. The Hermit's more of a wanderer. He's out there and he's looking and he's illuminating and he's finding things and he sees things that other people don't see. It's an active card, as much as it doesn't seem like it is. This person is actively out there searching for the truth and searching for the meaning of things. And, with the Moon card being next to it, you have found it. And there are things that you are still uncovering about yourself that I think it's becoming a motivation for you. You have the Page of Swords that comes with it. So, and the Page of Swords is like a messenger of communication as well. And I feel that you are sort of breaking free from the Hermit mode. Excuse me. You're breaking free from it because you are discovering things about yourself that that you possibly didn't know, or possibly things that you feel you need to work on. Oh my gosh, I thought I just turned it off. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. There are things about yourself that you're going to be working on. And I think that's sort of where this Moon card has come from. The Moon card is about illuminating things, things coming to the surface. It's also about phase. Well, the Moon card means a ton of things, but in this case, I think it's about phases that you're going through and self-discovery. Now, you do have the Page of Swords here, which is, I think, you coming out of this shell, coming out of the Hermit mode and the discovery, and now you're going to be ready to face the world. I think 2021 is going to be a good year for you in that sense, because I think you are going to break free of things that you don't want in your life. I see a lot of new beginnings and a lot of new phases coming to you in this upcoming year. I think you're also going to manage to get rid of things that you don't want anymore. And it could be things such as things that you've been holding on to, maybe habits that you don't want to have anymore. I think that you're really going to focus on how to improve yourself and how to get out of a rut. If you've been in a rut, this is a love reading. So I think that, when it comes to love, you may have experienced something new in love. And I think for a lot of you guys, this could be the end of something that has happened, and you moving through this, ending through phases. And now you're in a phase where you're ready to face the world again. So some of you could have been experiencing some kind of a breakup or the end of a relationship, and it took all these months for you to be able to come to terms with what you really want for yourself and look at it in a different way as well. And I think that, Virgo, like, you've entered different phases of this loss, and now you're just ready to face the world with this Page of Swords. Love. You do have the Nine of Wands, which still shows that you're very cautious in how you view love and how you will approach love in the future. Whatever it is that has happened here, I think, has left a very deep impression on you. And I think that's why it's taken all this energy for you to actually come out of your shell and be ready with your sword to face the world, you're still going to approach, because Virgos are very cautious people. They are very work oriented, and they are about health, whether it's physical, mental health, that I think you're just being very cautious mentally, how you want to approach. You are going to have a choice, and I think that there is love out there for you, but I feel like you're almost holding on to something out there, that it's something from your past, I think, and I think you're just going to have to make a decision at some point if waiting for this person is going to be worth it. It's almost like you're waiting for another turn, another opportunity, for you to be able to have with somebody specific. I don't think that you want to open yourself out there, and it's not for the reasons of self-confidence or anything like that. I feel like you see this person as coming back to you eventually, and this person's going to I am seeing, so you do have the Hierophant, a Virgo, and the Hierophant is the card of marriage, long-term commitment. It's also about spirituality and doing the right thing. I feel like some of you Virgos are hoping that you have a new start with this person, and you're holding out on, I think, getting out there and experiencing other relationships, because I feel like some of you honestly in 2021 are kind of hoping that things work out with the same person. I think you're just kind of wanting a reincarnation of the same relationship. You do have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands does speak of making a choice. So I feel I am going to pull a clarifier for that one, because I feel like some of you guys, you got another wand, and you got the Seven of Wands, which I think some of you guys will be a little stubborn, and I think some of you guys are going to be holding out, Virgo, for the same person. And I think that a lot of you guys have done some of these self-improvements, some of this reflection, and moved through these phases in your life through this loss, because I think there is something that you have figured out, and I really cannot get to that part of things, but you're definitely going to keep your guard up. You're not going to be out there experiencing things. I don't think you want to let anybody else in, and that's kind of more the impression that I'm getting. You want a reincarnation of the love that you had before, and that is kind of where you're holding out. I think that you've moved into a phase as well where you're thinking that you want to possibly start looking to settle down this year, Virgo. Some of you guys are looking to settle down, and I think some of you are going to be stubborn, and you will be holding on to the idea of moving on with this person. Okay, I am going to go ahead and get into this reading here, which is your person, and see what comes up there. I see a very strong-willed, very strong mind of just coming back together with the person, Virgo. All right. Whether that's going to happen or not, I'm not sure. You do have the marriage card there, which could be that. It could be, you know, this person coming back. It could also be you guys getting back together and, you know, talking about maybe things that, how you guys are going to strengthen the relationship too. Could also be that this person wanted marriage, Virgo, and you didn't. And that's possibly what kind of threw off the balance of your relationship to begin with. And I think maybe you're thinking that that's the route you want to go now this time around. All right, let's get to your person here, Virgo. Let's see what's going on with your person. I like that you're in your own reading because it really shows, when you show up in your own reading, it shows that you've completed a pretty significant cycle as far as growth and improvement. Okay, let's do one more for your person. I think your oracle card really was bang on with your reading. Like you really just want a reincarnation, regeneration of what you already had. Okay, so the Four of Cups, Ten of Cups, the Six of Swords, Five of Cups, a lot of cups. So far, 2, 3, the High Priestess, and the Magician. Okay. All right, so Virgo, your person right now is in the Four of Cups type of mentality, which means that I don't think that they are open right now to having anything significant with you. I think that they, in the long term, can visualize themselves with you. They do have the Ten of Cups as the top row. And I do think that in their mind, they are going to keep that in their head. I don't think they're completely over you either, Virgo. But right now, they are just not wanting to accept anything romantic, anything too emotional with you. I think they know it's there. You can see the dolphin holding the cup. They know it's there, but they're just not ready for it at this time. They're not wanting to accept it right now. The Ten of Cups is there. It's in there. I think that they can picture themselves with you in the future. It's just not their reality at this point. And the reason that I'm saying that is because you have the Four of Cups here, and then you have the Six of Swords on the other side, which is moving from one situation into another one. They're just not ready to take that boat ride into that place with you right now. Now, the beauty of the Six of Swords is it literally means many, many things here. One of which is moving from more turbulent waters into calmer waters, moving into the familiar. And when they are ready, they will be navigating that boat into the better waters, into the stiller waters. Now, you do have the moonlight here, which is something that could be drawing them to you at some point, but right now it is just not happening. You have very similar sceneries here where it looks like the moon is illuminating the Four of Cups and the Six of Swords. I think this person sees you as someone that they can potentially marry, but right now they're not ready, I think, to navigate. They're not ready to get out of the waters they're in to find it with you. And this card is also about moving, it literally moving from one place to another, and they're just not ready to do that right now. But it's not to say that it's not going to happen, because you definitely do have the Ten of Cups. This is a past person for a lot of you guys, because you do have the Ten of Cups. And I feel with this Hierophant that you guys may have talked about marriage at some point. And again, this is for those of you who actually have a relationship right now. And I feel like I'm speaking to specific Virgos out there. I think a lot of this has to do with if you are single, that you're wanting a past person. This person here is also kind of in that mode, talking to that group of Virgos that I was talking to as well. But right now, I feel like they just need to get out there and do their own thing. The Five of Cups is here, which means that there's a lot of emotions that they still have to kind of get through. Whatever happened between you guys, I feel like even though there are two cups that are upright, they're letting go, I think, of some of the bad energy, some of the bad feelings that they've had with that you guys have had in the past. But I think they're just not done with whatever they need to find themselves as well, and they're not done doing that. The high priestess is there on their side of things, and the high priestess is about self-discovery as well. It's about trusting intuition, wanting to grow spiritually. And I think this person, as you can see in the card, is just kind of looking at themselves in the mirror. There's a little girl looking, which is Alice, because this is the Wonderland and Tarot. I think that's what it's called, Tarot and Wonderland, sorry. But what they're doing is they're looking at a woman. They're looking at a queen. So I think this person has some growing to do. And I think they need some of this time, some of this space to grow. Just like you did up here with the Hermit and the Moon card, I think this person is still in the process of discovering what they want, who they are. And I think just some spiritual growth that they need to get through before they can commit to anything with you for the future. And I do need to move my cat. I just don't want her to, with her feet, to spread the cards out. Sorry, kitty cat. Sorry about that, guys. You know how cats are. Yes, so this person is, they're needing to find themselves in their high priestess. They are also a card that comes up. They have the high priestess and they also have the magician. And what this is telling me, that having the magician here, I think is good news for those Virgos that are wanting to have something with someone from their past, is because this person does seem to have control of their lives. They do seem to have everything that is necessary for you guys to be together. I think this could be the person for you. They seem to have it all. I think this person just has to make sure that they are able to, I think, transform into what they need to be. This person can be, it's kind of hard to explain. So this person has all the tools they need, I think, to make themselves happy. They haven't figured out how to use them, and they haven't figured out the extent of the balancing all these elements in their lives, I think, to make themselves really happy right now, able to move on. It's like they're still testing the waters. They're still testing their strengths. They're still testing the sword, the cup, the pentacle. What else is there? The wand. Like they're still practicing. They're still testing themselves out. They haven't found that happy balance yet that will make them complete and whole and totally ready to move on to the next stage. It's almost like they haven't mastered their gifts yet. And that's where they are with the high priestess. Like they are halfway between being a girl and a woman, and they just have to figure these things out. And I'm just saying, because it's the high priestess, if you are a female and this is a male, then they haven't found their balance of going from being a boy to being a man. And even if this person is 50 years old, they're still sort of working those things out. Okay, Virgo. So your person is definitely has the ability, and they have what they need. They have everything they need. They just have to find the right balance. They need to figure themselves out right now, especially when it comes down to going back into this relationship with you. They're just not ready yet. Potential's there. I think they can see themselves with you, but it's just not there yet. They need to get over some things. They need to get this 5 of Cups out of their system. They need to find themselves, and they need to learn to balance and figure themselves out with this Magician card. This person is also, the Magician card is also about having control of themselves. And I feel like maybe this person has not had a lot of time to mature by themselves, to mature on their own. And again, find their gifts and know how to use them. And that's kind of where they are. So I think they just want to have control of their lives, and they haven't had a lot of opportunity to do that for some reason. I am going to now shuffle. Now my cat's in the way, so I'm not going to be able to shuffle there. I will have to shuffle off camera right here and find your energy together. Okay. Virgo, I am not seeing this being a bad read. I'm just seeing as a little bit ambitious, tenacious on your part about having something that you really, really want back as a regrowth. And the good thing is I think that you've done some work in that department, which puts you in a better position than you were, I think, when you guys were together. Okay. Get one more good shuffle going on here. Even that my cat's being stubborn. Doesn't want to move. Let me cut the cards. All right. Here we go. Virgo, you have the Chariot. I like that. I like that for you guys together. You also have the Seven of Cups. I do like that too, even though we may have to tweak a little bit. So sometimes Seven of Cups requires a little tweaking. And the Six of Pentacles. Okay, give and take. All right, so you do have the Chariot card for energy between the two of you, which tells me this goes along very beautifully with the Magician card. And it is about control, and it's about moving when the time is right. I do see that you guys have the potential to come together again, because the Chariot is about movement. It's about taking things to a new level, moving forward. You will be moving forward, but it's going to take the right timing. And it's all with the Chariot. It's all about the timing. Okay. And it's all about having everything that you need. Okay. Now I do see some Seven of Cups energy, and it could be coming from both of you. And it seems to me that when it comes to you, you're going to have to hone in and be realistic about the timing with this person and what you're wanting to have with this person, and being completely realistic about expectations and what you can do as well, and not letting go of the things that you have worked on. So if you have worked on certain things about yourself through this Hermit and the Moon card, that you maintain that you don't start suddenly forgetting, because things seem very like you guys are back together and things seem really happy, that you're going to start letting go of some of the efforts and the work that you put into it. You cannot get back into a stage of not being serious and not really concentrating on specific things that you need to in order for this to be successful. And for this person, I could see the Seven of Cups working on this person, on your person's side, as a separate sort of energy, is saying that this person, for some reason, just kind of needs to get through some of these little fantasies that they're going through. Like it's almost like they need to get through a certain stage in their life with their Magician, figuring things out, maybe sowing some wild oats. I don't know. Like they just need to get some things out of their system, Virgo. Like they have a lot of things that they want to do, and they're getting out there and they're living some of these things. And, you know, at some point they're going to realize, oh, so I'm done with all these fantasies. I'm ready to settle down. And when you guys do come together, because I do see this happening for a lot of Virgos out there, that in the end, you guys will be coming back together with this Six of Pentacles. And I think it's going to be a happy together, a reunion, as long as you guys both realize that there is give and there is take, and you guys are going to you will have to make a conscious effort to be givers and takers, and to take other people's needs into consideration as well as your own. So it is going to be a little bit of a balancing act at first to try to figure out what each other wants and how to be able. And I'm not saying like you need to cater to them or they have to cater to you, but there is going to be a little bit of that, like balancing the scales. Like you guys are just going to have to figure each other out again. It is a new start. It is a regeneration for you specifically, Virgo. So I think trying to balance some of those things out and sharing of control in the relationship, because what I am seeing here also with the Magician is this person did not feel like they had a lot of control in your relationship, and you're going to have to give some of that control to them to create that happy balance. But I do see you guys, a lot of you Virgos coming together. Okay. I do. It's just, it's going to be this person, your person just needs to get out there and do some self-discovery. I think engage in some freedom, fantasies, doing things. And I don't mean, I'm not talking about fantasies like sex. I'm talking about like being by themselves, doing some traveling, maybe exploring career options, things that they haven't had an opportunity to do. And that's kind of where they are. It could also be if, you know, being with other people if they haven't really done a lot of that either. So anywho, Virgo, I see this as a positive. You might get your regeneration. You might get your person back. This person will find themselves. I think you guys can find each other again. Again, timing the Chariot. It's about timing. It's about having both parties having the yin and the yang and having what they need to be able to come back together, to be together. So Virgo, today is New Year's Eve. Have a safe and happy New Year's Eve and a prosperous 2021. And I will see you later. Bye-bye, Virgo.